Welcome to the show for Mr. Marc's Mailbag. I am so happy to be here, as I am each and every week, answering your questions that you take the time to send in. So we always appreciate that. Also, remember, last Monday was Earth Day. And do you remember the challenge that I, as well as Director Denny, sent you guys? The challenge was to do something that could help Mother Earth. And one of them was to get your hands dirty, right? Get your hands dirty. Go out there and plant some flowers or whatever. I think I said an avocado tree. I don't know if you can do that, but I wanted you to get outside and plant some trees, some flowers, or something like that. So guess what? One of the sayings, and you guys know this from all of our adventures, and those of you that have seen me in person or have Skyped with me, everything I ask you to do, I do it myself. So, I always ask you to exercise every day, which I do. Drink lots of water, eat your fruits and vegetables, all that stuff, which I do. So I want you to do that. Last, we challenged you to plant a tree or a flower. And guess what? Look right there. Right there. That's Mr. Marc and Mrs. Marc's big trees that we planted. And then look right there. Director Denny planted some flowers. So we got our hands dirty and we helped out Mother Earth. So I wanted to kick off the show on a good note with that. And I hope you guys did the same. Now, let's get to your questions. Here we go. First up, this is from Pilar, who's in the 3rd grade from the great state of New York. Dear Mr. Marc, my class likes your adventures. We are thrilled, as always. We think Mr. Lazy is silly with his contraptions. Yes, all of his different. I thought his cotton candy machine was cool. Yes. So no question, but I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Mr. Lazy. And we all know Mr. Lazy is misguided. He's always eating junk food. And one of our goals, right, is to help Mr. Lazy and introduce to him some fruits and vegetables. So maybe he feels a little bit better. But we always say he's misguided. But one thing he's not misguided on, though, is he's come up with all kinds of really fun and creative contraptions. And you're mentioning the cotton candy machine. That was from Tasmanian Trouble, which was a wonderful episode over there in New Zealand or Tasmania. And it was called the Colossal Cotton Candy Machine. And it was really cool, like Pilar is saying. Also, what's a couple? Arctic Freeze. In Arctic Freeze, he had, I think it was a freeze blaster that was really neat looking. And another one, I'm thinking off the top of my head, in Big Bad Apple, the episode that took place in New York, he had the snooze ray that was making everybody go to sleep. So, yes, Pilar, Mr. Lazy has a lot of fun contraptions. And great job by our creative team for helping come up with those. Next up, here we go. This is Zach, 2nd grade from the great state of Alabama. And there's a drawing there. I don't know what that is yet, but let's see. Dear Mr. Marc, I love animals. Wonderful. We have a bull. We have a bull mastiff. I thought it said we have a bull. I thought, my Lord, your pet is a bull? A bull mastiff, which is huge. His name is Zeus. And so, no. Your dog is not as big as a bull, but a bull mastiff is a really big dog. We play together in our backyard. Do you love animals? Do you have pets? And so, okay, that makes sense. There's his bull mastiff named Zeus from Zach in 2nd grade in the great state of Alabama. First of all, how great is it to go in the back lawn and play with your animals? Go out there and play with your dog, run around. It is so much fun. Do I love animals? Absolutely, I love animals. If you are a fan of Adventure to Fitness, which you guys are, pretty much, what have we done, 27 episodes, something like that? I'm going to say probably 25 or 26, maybe even all 27 episodes have animals involved in them, because I made sure that when we were writing the script, looking at the locations we were going to, we're finding animals that were kind of from there, I guess you could say. And we include animals on all of them, from polar bears to tigers to snowy owls, just whatever, alligators, black panthers in the Everglades episode. So we always have animals in our episodes because I love animals. And the other question was from Zach. Do you have pets? Yes, I grew up with dogs. And as an adult, I've always had cats and dogs. And currently, right now, at Mr. Marc's headquarters, we have 2 dogs. You have a bull mastiff. We have actually just the opposite. We have 2 little tiny Yorkies. And we also have 3 cats. 3 cats that are so much fun. 1 older one and kind of 2 kittens. And they all get along. Great. Thank you very much. Wonderful question, Zach. Next up, Jessica, 5th grade from the great state of California. Dear Mr. Marc, there you go, sorry. Dear Mr. Marc, this summer we are going to visit Zion National Park in Utah. Going to go canoeing and hiking. Wow, does that sound like fun? Do you have a favorite national park? Jessica from the 5th grade from the great state of California. First of all, super jealous that you're going to Zion National Park in the great state of Utah. That sounds like a lot of fun to go canoeing on the rivers, just don't get in the rapids, and to go hiking on all the different trails. And there's so much to do in Utah, especially at that national park. Do I have a favorite one? You know what? That's a really good question. And I don't have a great answer because I like them all. And I can honestly say I've not been to enough of them. I'm trying to visit as many national parks as I can because I just love everything about them. And I always like to support the national parks, which I always want you guys to do as well. So no, I don't have a favorite one. I have probably only been to 10 or 12 and not as big as like Zion National Park. I just went to Yellowstone last year for the first time. And I think I'm going back this year again to Yellowstone because there's so much to explore. But I'm glad you're going to national parks, and I don't necessarily have a favorite one, but when I do, I will update everybody. Awesome. Great job. You know where to send your messages, right? Send in your letters to the address that's on your screen. You see it right there. To Mr. Marc's Mailbag. We answer your questions every single week, and we are thrilled that you're watching the show every week as well. That's going to do it for Mr. Marc's Mailbag. And until next week, we have a saying around here, and it's keep it moving.